Think about a time when you were playing with a friend and you each wanted to do something different. What happened? In this story, Z doesn't want to do what the kids want to do. So they help Z learn that it's okay to disagree and have different feelings and ideas. When you have a disagreement, you can stop and talk about the problem so that you can figure out how to solve it together. As you listen to the story, pay attention to how Z and the kids feel differently so that you can spot the problem. Kindergartners, today I'm going to read a story to you called Different Feelings. And listen and pay attention to see how Z and the kids feel differently so that we are going to try to find their problem. One rainy morning, Z, Jeremy, and Mia were in the treehouse playing with the cars and trucks. The sky outside was dark, and every once in a while, thunder would rumble loudly through the clouds. Z didn't really like that noise. After a while, the rain slowed down and finally stopped. "The storm's over," Mia cheered. Z looked at all the puddles on the ground and then reached out the window to make sure the rain had really stopped. A huge raindrop fell from a leaf and splashed into Z's hand. Z didn't really like that feeling. "I can't wait to go splash in the puddles," said Mia. "Do you want to play outside with me?" "Sure," answered Jeremy. "Let's get our umbrellas in case it starts to rain again." "Isn't this going to be fun, Z?" Look at Z's face. I wonder what he's thinking. Z did not agree. Z did not think that this would be fun. The rain was cold and wet, and Z did not want to splash in puddles. Z wanted to stay inside where it was warm and dry. Z saw how excited Mia and Jeremy were to go outside and didn't want them to be mad. "Okay," sighed Z, "let's go outside and find some puddles." Z really didn't like the idea. "Whoops, Z. I didn't know that it was okay to disagree with someone. What would you tell Z to do?" What do you think would be the right thing to do? If you disagree with someone, what do you think you should do? What should Z do? Mia stopped when she noticed that Z looked sad. "What's wrong, Z? Don't you want to go outside?" "I don't like getting wet," explained Z, "but you and Jeremy want to splash in puddles, and I didn't want you to be mad, so I just said okay." "We wouldn't be upset, Z," said Mia. "It's okay to say that you feel differently than someone." "Really?" asked Z. Mia nodded. "Jeremy and I don't always agree either. Like when he wants to do puzzles and I want to play soccer. When that happens, we just stop and talk to each other so that we can figure out how to solve our problem." Z smiled. "Can we do that now?" "Okay," said Jeremy. "When we have a problem, the first thing we need to do is to stop and make sure that everyone feels calm before we talk." Everyone took a deep breath and let it out. They all nodded. "Next," Jeremy continued, "we need to talk about how each person is feeling so that we know our problem. So, what just happened?" "Well," said Mia, "you and I were excited to go outside and play in the puddle. And I wanted to stay out of the rain," added Z. Said Jeremy. "So our problem is that we don't want to do the same thing." The kids and Z wondered what they could do to solve their problem so that everyone would feel okay about playing. Then Mia asked Z if there's anything at all that Z likes about rain. Z thought for a moment. I like the way the raindrops make things shiny and sparkly. It makes the trees and grass look so pretty. And what do you not like about the rain? Mia asked. I don't like to get wet, said Z. It makes me feel cold and shivery. Suddenly, Jeremy had an idea. What if Z put on a raincoat, hat, and boots? Then Z could come outside and see the raindrops but won't get wet. We can all play together. Z and Mia thought this was a great way to solve the problem. The kids helped Z bundle up in some rain gear. Now Z was nice and warm. Jeremy and Mia had a great time jumping in puddles and were careful not to splash Z. Z even tried tiptoeing through a puddle and thought it was actually a lot of fun when you didn't have to get wet. The sun finally came out and a beautiful rainbow appeared in the sky, and Z was so happy to be outside with friends to see it. Z says, whenever we're together, my friends help me discover how children on earth get along with each other. Z wants you to remember that it's okay to disagree and have different feelings and ideas. When you stop and talk about the problem, you can figure out how to solve it together. So, what was the first step when you have a problem? The first step is to stop and calm down. The second step is talk about the situation and state the problem. That's it today, kindergartners. Next week we will have another story. Thank you for your attention.